majority of the Senate that wanted to vote for it. The filibuster is broken. The way it's been applied is ahistorical. For most of our history, the filibuster was only used very sparingly, and when it was used, you had to get up and talk. You object? Why do you object? Tell us why you object. Stand there and say it. Say it for a few weeks if you have to. That's what they used to do when we tried to pass civil rights legislation. They stand there for weeks. But now all you gotta do is say, I object. And then the bill doesn't pass. And then everybody's sitting there like, why can't they get anything done? It's because it's set up not to get anything done. And then you know what you do? You cede all of that power. Article 1 of the Constitution deals with the Congress. Article 2 is the presidency. I think the founders did that on purpose, right? But you cede all of that congressional power then to the executive. And then when you have a president come along who doesn't give a damn about the law, then they just take over everything. The tariff power is not a presidential power. It's a congressional power. The power to spend appropriated funds is not a presidential power. It's a congressional power. The power to declare war and to end war is not a presidential power. It's a congressional power. But if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And so I know what we have to do to fix these broken systems in the Congress, including, don't get me started on campaign finance, so that then we can address these policies that I know that have to be done. And with the best will in the world, if you don't know how to fix that, you won't get to those policies.
I want to ask about more about the Senate and specifically the shutdown in just a moment here, but let me stick with politics and your primary opponent for a moment. Folks here in the room may have seen online the poll that he released recently that says for the first time that he has surpassed you. What do you make of that poll? Is his own internal polls from Impact Research? Are you concerned about vulnerabilities at all at this stage in the campaign?
You know, I don't really follow that kind of stuff because I've seen you can manipulate polls. Also, polls have been so wrong in so many elections recently. What I'm really most interested in is the general election. And I know in every poll, I'm the strongest general election candidate. And I know what it takes to win in a general election. And I'm not, I've won tough races here in North Texas, as you know, you've covered, outperformed in a tough race. And I know what the opportunity that we have here is, right? And I think we should keep our focus on that. And I think Democratic voters will make their own decision. There's plenty of time to get into some of these things. But the biggest concern that I have, the focus that I have, is making sure that we have a qualified and battle-tested candidate to win what is a winnable seat next November. Because they're gonna do what they did in the last election too, which is spend upwards of $125 million trying to hang on to the Senate seat. And if you can't stand up to that withering glare, then you're gonna blow an opportunity for us. I've already been through that and come through it just fine. I don't have anything to say about me because I'm battle tested. We've been through these